that are with the everyday people doing rescue. So these people have been trained by the military to do what they're doing. They're just no longer officially connected with the military. They're veterans, people like Walter West. He was a Marine. So he's out there, and we have a lot of us Texans out there are retired military. They're so they know what they're doing. They're just doing it through with civilians. They're out there doing it, with people like you and your group, and people like the Cajuns that came in. So it's not that they haven't been trained; they're just not operating with the military anymore. Have you seen any of the feds, any of FEMA, any Red Cross? Have you seen? I know you said National Guard, but have you seen any other state-level organizations out there doing any rescues? I mean, sheriff's departments, anybody?
Yes, I had contact with the sheriff's department, and they were doing some rescues with volunteers. There were the fire departments, local volunteer fire departments, city fire departments, county people were out there. City maintenance employees were out there. Picking people up in Port Neches area, I know for sure. I wasn't on scene. I couldn't speak on behalf of what was, there. I can just go off of what I heard. A few people had seen some government vehicles convoying into the area. I'm sure they're there. I'm just not aware. We stay pretty busy with our volunteer group, and we're not the only volunteer group in the area. There were several other volunteer groups, different Facebook pages to help get this done. A lot of guys were set up around the Lumberton area, just north of Beaumont, north of Jefferson County, taking care of people up that way. They're still in a bad way up there right now. They still got real high water. Some houses are completely covered. It was just never seen anything like this storm. It's all, just in awe of what this thing did. My business partner over here with Sabine Skiff's Instigator Boats, he was over here rescuing people in our area. With his own personal boat that's brand new, beating and banging through cars and out in the weather, out in the horrible stuff of Brian Little, just, helping wherever he could. He didn't have to help, but he could help, and I appreciate everything that he done over on this area. But I was, like I said, I was just trying to find a way, any way I could help, and if I could save one person's life or save 100 people's life, it was going to make it worth the effort of the long hours and the dedication to helping people.
You know what, Jay? I just saw a post from a friend of mine, and he said that it was reported that they have a video of someone on Facebook that was out there doing what y'all are doing, and he was from Kentucky. So we do have people here from other places. And have you noticed that most of us now, I'm trying not to be all prideful and stuff, Jay. I'm trying not to be. But, I love my Texans. Have you noticed that most of them that have come out here are from Louisiana and Kentucky and other southern states? Or do we have people coming from the north helping us? Now, see, I'm not trying to go Confederate. I'm just trying to make a point. I really am. It seems to be that Texans first. I mean, we're out there in mass saving people, like your group. And then we have Louisiana boys, and they came over, early. They came over during, when the hurricane was still going on, they were coming down I-10 toward Texas. And then we have some people out there from Kentucky. We have some from Mississippi and Alabama. So I'm just wondering, have we had anybody, north of the Mason-Dixon show up? I'm just curious.
Yes, there was a big group that came in from Colorado, down all the way down to our area. That's a pretty long haul. I drove to Colorado several times. I used to guide and work up there. They come all the way down here to help people, and there wasn't any kind of, it didn't matter who you was, we was going to get you.
No kidding.
That's the amazing part is, with today's times, there's a lot of racial issues and everything else. All we saw was survivors.
Me too.
But we're coming to get you. It doesn't matter about that. A lot of people, they talk about Southern people being racist. I didn't see any racism.
Me neither. All the pictures I've seen are of people just helping people and loving people, and nobody asked to, nobody cared what color your skin was. And see, that is the scenario, another one I want to get across. Here in Texas, if you need help, we're going to help you. Texans are going to help out. We're not racists. All we want to do is save lives, and we want to help each other. And then we have people coming in from other states who are trying to help us help each other. Now, all of this garbage about racism and all this garbage about people being divided, Texas has shown the United States of America and the world that this narrative they're trying to push is false. It is not true. We don't care. And if nothing else, we have completely devastated that narrative that Southerners are racist, that white people are racist, that black people are racist. That's not true. That's false. I was going to ask. I had another thing in my mind I was going to ask before we went down this little rabbit trail, but now I seem to have lost it, and I was just looking at it. I wanted to ask about any charities, any shelters along your way that you've seen that could use some help. We want to tell people about the churches. Hey, have you noticed, Jay, that these churches are stepping up? I mean, bowling alleys, but churches are just opening the doors. They're just saying, come in here and sit down. And it seems to be that's a lot of where the shelters are in the staging areas. Have you seen anybody that could use some help, that could use some food to take care of y'all out there rescuing people and other people who've been rescued? Do you know of any shelters off the top of your head that have just been?
We have a list, but they changed minute by minute. With the volume of people that were down there, they would fill up so fast. Right now, I know that they're flying people out. Been doing it all last night. Of survivors that were displaced, they've been flying them out to make room. Different areas. I'm not sure exactly where all they're going, but they had C-130s at the local airport, just loading them up and taking a group, loading them up, taking a group. The biggest need down there that I know of, when you're locked in like that, it's hard getting fuel in. It's hard, these rescuers have brought their own fuel with them just so they know they have fuel, food, water, blankets, and
1, 2, 3, 4.
clothing. A lot of these people, they just came out with what's on their back. And you get to these shelters, and they're wet, they're tired, and they're cold, and they need something to keep them warm and keep them fed. A lot of these, I heard about some of the places that were sheltering people that didn't have all the necessities that to maintain human life, really. But it was waterlogged. It was hard to get supplies in. There was all kinds of people donating, their individual stuff. The people that weren't as affected by the storm, they were opening their doors in their personal houses and housing people, housing rescuers, housing survivors. People really came together to make all this stuff happen and make life as comfortable as possible for others that they're a whole lot less fortunate.
Yeah, I had people contacting me, Jay, saying, who can I give money to? Who can we donate to? Who can we trust? Because I want the money I send to go straight to the victims. And so, I didn't recommend I mean, everybody knows about Red Cross. Everybody knows about all the other public groups and stuff. And I know that a lot of them, you know, just a fraction of the money you give goes to the actual victim.
Mic 1 2, mic 1 2 3 4. Audio check, audio test 1 2 3 4. Audio check 1 2 3 4. Audio check 1 2 3 4. Audio check 1 2 3 4.